completely tilted and doing silly things. He is a very calm and collected person in general. And maybe that's what's probably good here, because you can imagine there's a couple of live wires going through this team. But hey, let's see what they're going for in this pick and ban phase, if they try and change things up, or if it's going to be more of the same.
All right, we are underway. We're going to be kicking this one off with a Natalia ban. We are going to have Spandauer Inferno on our blue side and Team Legendary on our red side. We're redoing game 1 here by the looks of things. So Spandauer are going to get that first ban, and Wukong going to be banned away by Team Legendary.
Very interesting ban, because Wukong is regarded as more of a late game hero, not one that you pick at all for the early game. So that taking it away goes, we don't want to deal with the potential late game comp that you guys might have set up for us. We just want to go for another very early game win.
Valheim being hovered here will be locked in by Aki. We know that Aki loves to play these carries, and it's going to be Tara as another pickup here. Actually going to swap that in the last second, going for Mina instead. I've just been told that this is in fact the second game. The first game is going to count towards the final scoreline here, so we'll see. A lot of weight on the shoulders of our Spandauer Inferno team here. Batman and Alistair going to be their lock-ins.
Going for them once again. Wanted to stick mostly to the same composition, although they did deny that Violet pick away from Cyanide. They've seen it a couple of times before. They know what those crits can do, and they just want to get it off the cards as quickly as possible by picking it up for themselves.
Alistair and Pura going to be the lock-ins once again. This is a very similar situation, or very similar composition, sorry, to what we saw in the first game coming out from Team Legendary. Obviously, they are 1-0 up in this series, so they're looking strong right now. But Butterfly, this was on the Legendary squad last game. Could be taken away, but Kevin actually maybe looking towards Alice, wanting to go for that support instead. Tara going to be picked up by Kutcher, so that's going to round out their composition. They have 1 tank, 3 DPS, and a support. And over on the side of Team Legendary, would love to see another tank, or maybe a damage dealer. Mage would work either, because they do have 1 carrion. It's going to be Crixie. Crixie, we know, can do crazy AoE damage,
especially when comboed up with some of the CC that can come through from someone like Mina. And we've seen repeatedly today, Yellow Star is always going back over towards the same hero time and time again. Going towards that Pura because he just loves the heals that it brings through, loves the supporting aspect of it, really staying true to his roots in esports.
Pura is like such an incredibly potent healer, that's the thing, and it's AoE heals. So like when you're against something like the Dark Slayer, you use that ultimate to heal your team up. Not only are you going to survive that situation, but also the ultimate has a fairly short cooldown as well, so it's not like it's going to be offline for the next team fight or anything like that. You can just use it for general team sustain as well as in clutch situations. So I can understand why he leans towards that as a pick, and why he's a big fan of Pura in general. But over on the other side, we have Alice, and the other kind of popular support right now. It's kind of the 2 supports that we've seen across the course of today. Alice, less healing, but more damage.
Yeah, a lot less healing, which is why often in the high level of plays, especially in solo queue, you do see Alice getting swapped out for one of the tanks that would normally go through in a 3-tank composition. Anyway, game is underway.
The game is underway, and a very important thing to point out here, no Grak for either side. Grak has been a pivotal pick. Grak, obviously, for anyone who hasn't seen any of this game just yet, Grak has a hook, so he can pull a target in, he can pull them under tower, and we've seen a lot of people being punished by that across the course of today. Neither team grabbing that, so that won't be as influential as a factor as what we've seen today. That won't be kind of a pivotal point of either of these compositions.
And Tara is a very, very obnoxious tank at the best of times. Her ultimate restores so much HP over the space of about 5 seconds. I think it's 8% of her max HP every second for 5 seconds is regenerated, and she gets a 30% movement speed increase. So in general, you try and kill her and you think, right, the tank's nearly dead. Nope, tank has suddenly got 40% of her max HP back. She's running away, and she has all these CCs, slows, leaps, everything in her kit that makes her incredibly obnoxious. And in fact, on the official Arena of Valor Discord, we do find a lot of the players saying, well, I'm on a 10-win streak with her right now because she's literally unstoppable.
Yeah, it can be terrifying. Cyanide finding a 1v1 right here, but he's got some help coming in from his teammate as well. That is going to be a kill going the way of Cyanide. In the end,
he's so low!
About gets away! That's going to be a flicker forward from just Johnny. Beautiful stuff. Picks up the kill. Counters that one out. But the first blood did go the way of Team Legendary.
Finds himself now with a double buff. Got that might buff, also got the ability power buff. So he's going to be very, very happy with all that increased cooldown reduction, with the mana regen that he has. Can just spam those skills out even more in the mid lane.
Certainly will be able to, and we'll see whether he can really capitalize on that situation. Loda, once again, going solo in this bottom lane. We've seen this multiple times. Loda, definitely a big fan of Arthur, something we've seen him play a lot. And she's going to just be trying to clear away this wave so that he can keep that tower as alive as possible for as long as possible.
And in fact, it was in the top lane last time round that we saw this combo coming out of Team Legendary. We saw Yellow Star and Cyanide heading it together up there, again with the Pura, but with the Violet on side too, and they just made taking that tower down the top lane ridiculously easy. It was down by 2.5 minutes. That's just how much pressure they had, and there was nothing for Loda to do, but hey, now it's been reversed round. It's Solo who's got his hands on this Violet, and that tower is going very low.
Now, I want to talk about this pick from Kutcher just a little bit here as well, because Kutcher, he's playing a tank that does a bit of a knock-up, does a bit of CC, but more importantly, has a huge amount of health regen. He is just able to self-sustain so much across these fights. You can see that healing coming on through there. It's very difficult to finish off the Tara up in that top lane, but his tower is incredibly low and should be finished off itself. But look at this, the engage, the initiation. It's going to be a 2-for-1, but hand-to-hand gets on top of things.
Just gets a hand on things, you could say, but not quite managing to bring it out so that his laner stays alive. The Kutcher does fall for it, but they'll be pretty happy with giving Batman 2 kills above all else.
Just trying to take a bit of a harass in that mid lane. But across the board right now, Spandauer, they do have an ever so slight lead. It's about 700 gold, so nothing crazy, but certainly a good foothold to start the game with. But just Johnny might have just been caught out right now. Cyanide managing to get onto it, but a good amount of CC. Here comes hand to hand as well, trying to finish people off, but he's getting melted down by Neilfeld's ultimate. Kevin's on the scene as well as Loda desperately tries to escape with his life. He will be able to do so, but only by the skin of his teeth. Cyanide, the only casualty of the fight.
Sparrow Inferno starting to take this
Loda's
by the
going
horns.
in. Loda's incredibly low, but he's going for the fight anyway. He's trying to finish off hand, but cannot do so. And that's another kill going the way of Spandauer. They're starting to build a lead right now. 2,000
gold in the lead, so to speak, if you want to put an exact number on it. And like I say, who else better to put kills onto at this stage in the game than the Batman? Because come the mid-game, if you've got those item advantages, if you've got the level advantage, you can dive in anywhere and pretty much eliminate someone from the map in the blink of an eye.
See whether they can bring that to pass, but so far, it's been a good game for Spandauer Inferno. They're wanting revenge right now for what happened in Game 1. They're wanting to push this to a 3-game series. And I'm not going to lie, Derry, I kind of want them to do it too. We'll see whether they can bring it to pass, though. We know that the team Legendary, they've been practicing all day long. They've certainly got the coordination. These guys, most of them have been teammates, whether not to get, not as a full 5, but certainly as pairings. So we'll see whether that synergy is going to be enough for them to take these situations. Obviously, we saw Cyanide and Yellow Star up in that top lane. We've already seen them duking it out before, but they lost their 2v2 before. Yellow Star's been caught out. Will be able to heal himself a little bit. We need to see Aki doing a lot of damage right now. He needs to turn this fight on its head. Doesn't quite have what it takes to finish these kills, but he will be able to push them back. He's turning this into more. Has that red buff ticking on down. Has the slow available.
He's so low.
He will be able to finish off Kevin in the end. Here comes the rest of the team. Solo will fall down, and it's 2 kills for Team Legendary.
And Balheim always looks so super impressive when he's just walking forward, kiting away like that, laying down the damage. Incredibly mobile, incredibly CC heavy, has a stun that he can use at any time and can get it randomly also from his first ability. So just having that capability as a marksman just kind of tells you what you can expect from this game when it comes around to marksmen. They are not the kind to roll over and die. They are the kind that can fight for themselves. They have more than enough CC, and you can see exactly what effect that can have as Ake just steamrolls his way through 2 members of the enemy team.
Oh, they're tanking the tower, though. That is going to be a kill going the way of Solar here on the Violet. He could look to chase for more, but I don't think he's willing to go for this one. Kutcher, though, if he can find this engage, this could be a kill on Cyanide. Aki desperately trying to recall in the bush, and I think he's got away with that one as well. Nobody notices. Cyanide gets underneath the tower. That was a situation that could have gone a lot worse for Legendary.
It could if he'd been caught out recalling in that bush, but either way, the heals that were coming through on the tower, he probably could have gone for a tower dive. Look, mid lane, Johnny's on his own.
Yeah, he's managed to get the tower though, so even if he goes down here, it's probably worth it. Actually, flickers away and gets the prison off. Hand to hand is here. This is going to set them up for a kill. This is beautiful from Johnny. Hand to hand now onto Yellow Star, looking for his second one, and it will go their way. That's a bloodbath coming on through, and now he looks for Aki. Bit off more than he could chew, but they're happy with the double, and now Kutcher needs to back away.
This is the power that you can have from the Alistar. We said it before, with that magic prison that you have available to you on your ultimate. That's 2.5 seconds of lockdown, more than enough time for your team to close in and start collapsing things down. The map is a lot smaller than you might find on other MOBAs, so it's very, very easy to get to a fight when it kicks off. And of course, since you can buy anywhere on the map, you can be involved in a fight in a flash. There's no need to go back.
And also, importantly, because of that fact, it's so important to have that map awareness, to be aware of where your enemies are. When your enemies go missing for a couple of seconds, that's important because you could be about to be ganked and you have to be able to get out of that situation. So it's super important that you're keeping an eye on your minimap at all times. But we're going to see Violet, Solar pushing up fairly heavily in this mid lane. Could be a little bit dangerous for him, but I don't think anyone's capitalizing just yet.
And the Legends, look how defensively they're having to play as well. Not really willing to step outside of their jungle line, trying to play the safe they can, taking whatever resources they can, which means you start losing control of the important ones. But Kutcher's on the tower here. That tower's going to go down.
Niels feels like he's not doing a whole lot of damage right now. Loda goes in, but I don't think he's going to survive that one. Kutcher is basically invincible. There's another kill coming through for the Alistar. And now it's time to siege in this mid lane. They're looking for this inner tower, and they should be able to get this one with ease after grabbing those 2 kills. Aki, he's not done just yet, though. He wants a little bit of a fight on this one. He's going to be able to protect the tower.
And you can see now why Tara is just regarded as so obnoxious by so many players. It doesn't matter how much damage you take, you can heal it back up again incredibly soon thanks to the cooldown on that ultimate as you start stacking your items up. But now, Abyssal Dragon is on the cards. It's all about that XP and that global gold for the team, just to keep on pushing this lead further and further forward. They're already finding themselves just under 4,000 gold in the lead.
Yeah, and now the last neutral objective on the map is going to be that Darkslayer. Yellow Star's caught though, hand of hand. Actually in a bit of a 2v1. Alice is right there with him. Does she have the damage though? Kevin on that support won't quite be able to finish off Aki, but Aki will return the favour. Loda gets the kill in the end. Beautiful stuff coming out from the Legends. They trade that one, 2 for 1, and elsewhere another kill goes down. That means it's their turn to push some towers.
How many towers can they get is the question. A lot of work has been invested over time by Spandau and Inferno to get 5 towers. They can get at least 2 back. It's a start for Team Legendary. It's not going to be enough, but it's on the way. In fact, this might be enough.
Solar's going down. Kutcher might just follow as well. The healing is there, but it's not enough to deal with 4 members at once. And now this tower will be under siege once more, and with Aki there, they can destroy that so quickly. Hand of hand though, look at this, he's cleaning up the fight, wants another one. Tara is out of cooldowns, Quixie goes down, and there's a beautiful little play coming out from Spandau Inferno.
Hand of hand, the Batman once again just showing his capabilities, being given all the time in the world to jump onto as many low health targets as he wants, leaving only Yellow Star alive to defend. And well, newsflash for you ladies and gentlemen, Peru is not much of a wave clear, more of just a sit here, heal my teammates when they're available. Look how low it's gone already. Magic prison!
Look at the damage!
Oh, the CC!
That was beautiful, just Johnny chaining everything beautifully, and Kevin coming in to finish off the kill. Spandau know exactly what they want out of this game, and they know exactly how to get it. They've now got themselves a 4,000 gold lead, but most importantly, they've got that middle lane in a tower.
I'm wondering when the Darkslayer's on the cards for them here, or if they're happy to just keep on picking up kills as they go along. Being chased down though, here comes Loda.
Loda's engaged, gets a 3-man knockup, but he's not that tanky just yet, taking a lot of damage, and as is the rest of his team. They are falling like flies right now. Beautiful team fighting coming out from Spandau Inferno, and that's exactly what you expect. Living up to their name indeed. That was a 5 versus 4, and you can tell just by the scoreline. And now it's time to push down mid. They're looking to end the game.
They can probably get away with it as well. Bring this series out to a 1-on-1 time, making us go all the way to game 3. There is no one there left to stop them. It's going to go down.
It certainly is. This base will fall. And Spandau Inferno, they're not happy about game 1's result, and they are turning this one around. It is 1-1 on the scoreboard, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to a full best of 3.
Sino there's surely thinking, guys, stretch it off, get rid of the